The grass was.
But as far as Donald Trump is concerned, his praises for Prime Minister Narendra Modi doesn't seem to be stopping anywhere. It seems that he says that India and US have been sharing special ties and he will always be friends with Prime Minister Modi. However, at this point, he does disagree with him when it comes to the trade policies, but nothing to worry about is something, that kind of an assurance that is now coming in from the President of the United States. It seems that the US is wary of India's closeness and proximity when it comes to Russia and China. Of course, the three of them, the Troika at Tianjin, that was very much visible when it comes to their relationship, and also the growing closeness, especially when it comes to the Asian nations, how European Union and the United States have been watching very closely. But earlier, during his interactions with the press, as Donald Trump responded to his post on Truth Social where he had called losing India and Russia to China. However, he has now made a U-turn saying that he does not think that has happened, and he shares a very special friendship with Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Poorly, very poorly. So we'll see.
And are you ready to reset relations with India at this point?
I always will. I'll always be friends with Modi. He's great. Prime Minister, he's great. I'll always be friends, but I just don't like what he's doing at this particular moment. But India and the United States have a special relationship. There's nothing to worry about. We just have moments on occasion.
So, Shrindra, how do we understand it? There is still a door open. There is still a scope for improvement of ties between India and US?
Yes. He likes Prime Minister Modi. He gets along with Prime Minister Modi. And India and America have a strategic relationship. That is, of course, completely different from losing India and Russia to China, which was said only 24 hours ago or less. But that's what you expect from the president, and he says that we hope to do a lot more with India and so on. What is he going to say tomorrow? That's the question that has to be answered. And perhaps the president himself isn't sure what he's going to say tomorrow. But as of now, he has a good relationship with President Modi. India and America have a good strategic partnership, and all is well, except, of course, this buying oil from Russia and the 50% tariff. Which, of course, is a huge problem, which will be dealt with, he says. How it will be dealt, when it will be dealt, what it will lead to, we don't know.
Right, but how is this month of September very important as far as when it comes to India and United States are concerned? We know that several events are lined up during this month. Exactly how are we looking at as far as when it comes to reaffirming strong ties between US and India?
There are a lot of possibilities. One possibility is perhaps a meeting between the Prime Minister and President Trump on the sidelines of the UNGA. If the Prime Minister does go. If he does go, a meeting is possible. On the other hand, Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister, is definitely going. He has already written to the UN SG saying that he will lead a delegation, and that delegation will have a number of others, including people like Suman Berry of the Niti Aayog, both ministers of state, and lots of people. So if there a meeting between the Secretary of State, Mr. Rubio, Marco Rubio, and Jaishankar is also possible. So it is possible that things could go forward. Then, of course, the possibility of having a Quad meeting in India. Now, initially we had heard that this Quad meeting would happen this year. Then we heard it would be postponed to next year. Now we don't know with Donald Trump.
Well, that's the point. We don't know with Donald Trump what could be his upcoming statement there. Of course, this is something that would cash in, especially when it comes to what mood he currently is in and what he thinks about India and what he thinks about the Prime Minister. We don't know how the coming hours would look like. But as far as his advisor is concerned, because they seem to be